Good morning, guys, from a very cold Munich. It's -8, -10 degrees at the moment, and it pretty much feels like the Antarctic around here, but I thought I'd post a little video for you, and what I'd like to talk to you about today is the immune system and how we can enhance it to protect our health. We're all aware of the immune system and how important it is to our well-being, but the reality is that in the modern world that we live in, immune systems are compromised for a number of reasons. You know, we've got environmental factors, dietary factors, lifestyle choices, lack of exercise, the increasing amount of technology that we're using, which stops us from getting the required amount of exercise that we need, especially for young people, for children as well. Much less active these days than they used to be when I was a kid, say, for instance. And all these factors come together to show us that our immune systems aren't what they should be. They're not up to scratch in the modern world that we're living in. And especially at the moment, you know, as we're living through these very strange times here. It's February 2021, we're in the middle of a lockdown due to a pandemic, and vaccines are being rolled out and people are running to their doctors to get vaccines and so forth. And one of the things that I've noticed is that the attention to the importance of the immune system doesn't seem to be there at all in terms of the advice that people are getting, and I find that extremely sad, because the immune system is so important and plays such a role in our well-being, and it's amazing the power that the immune system has. But for many people, they don't get to see the power that it has because their immune systems are compromised. And it all ties in with the fitness and lifestyle that I talk about to my clients and on this channel and so forth. Everything is connected. You know, the importance of exercise. Exercise isn't just about aesthetics. It's not just about looking good or trying to meet a certain criteria in how you want to appear in the world that we live in. Exercise is very important to bolster that immune system and to give us optimal health. Diet, extremely important as well. It never ceases to amaze me, you know, people are on medication and so forth for a plethora of reasons, whether it be high blood pressure or diabetes, or going off to get their shot for the coronavirus or whatever. And you know, and you look at the way that they're feeding themselves off the back of that, and it just doesn't make any sense. And I put a lot of it down to education, really. I think there's a lot of ignorance with regards to food choices. But there's also a situation whereby food choices are passed on from generation to generation as well. So, you know, it's also the responsibility of parents to educate their children on the importance of diet, but not just to educate, but to actually live a healthy lifestyle, so that children have the opportunity to. Children copy things, and if they see their parents making bad food choices, they're going to do the same thing. It's an education thing, and I personally think it should be a priority in school. The whole health and fitness thing should be started right from when they're really small in the education system, so that kids are coming out, so that at least they can make their own informed choices. The way things are going at the moment, we're just getting unhealthier and unhealthier by the generation, and it's really quite concerning. Rest, very important as well. These pillars, you know, exercise, diet, rest and sleep. Sleep is massively important for the immune system, and again, because of technology, devices, media, etc., people aren't getting the quality sleep that they need in order to bolster their immune system. So very important to make sure that you get 7 to 8 hours a night, high quality sleep, not just 7 or 8 hours in bed, but 7 or 8 hours high quality sleep. And that means turning off devices an hour before going to bed, doing a little bit of meditation before going to sleep. When waking up in the morning, rather than diving out of bed and sending your cortisol through the roof, a little meditation in the morning as well before you start the day, so that you ease into it rather than start off the day with a stress spike, which isn't the best way to go about things. Rest as well, not just sleep, but getting an adequate amount of rest during the day, taking half an hour to either have a power nap or to just meditate, or just to sit by an open window and look at the outside world and just ruminate on things. We're so bombarded with stress that we need to actually make time in our day to avoid these things. At cellular level, the body doesn't recognize where the stress comes from. All it knows is that it's dealing with stress. So when you amalgamate all of these different forms of stress that come into the body, they come in unfiltered, work their way down to cellular level, and the body can't differentiate. It just sees it as stress, and the body gets overloaded. And stress really is the enemy of the immune system. It compromises the immune system, so that when we are subjected to an environment whereby we can pick up a bug or a disease or whatever, we haven't got the ability to fight it that we really need. Also, going back to diet as well, the quality of the food that we're eating. We can make healthy lifestyle choices in terms of food, but very often the food isn't of the quality required, again because of environmental reasons or whatever. So especially during the winter months like we're in at the moment, with respiratory diseases and all sorts of things, it's well worth taking high quality supplementation as well. Vitamin C during the winter, vitamin D as well. I've posted about this before on Facebook, but vitamin D is so important. It's almost like a plague in society. They've analysed blood works of people, and they've noticed that one of the recurring themes is that people generally across the planet are vitamin D deficient. They've also found that cancer sufferers, when they've been diagnosed, very often have low vitamin D levels. And one of the reasons for that is that people don't get outside as much as they used to in the past and get sunshine, because sunshine is the greatest source of vitamin D. Also, because of the fear of skin cancer, people increasingly cover themselves up, etc., which is all well and good to cover the body to protect from one disease, but if it compromises your body in another way, it's counterproductive in protecting your health. So again, it's getting that balance between getting small, rather than just lying in the sun when you go on holiday for 4 or 5 hours covered and smothered in sunblock. Better to have half an hour letting the body fully absorb the sun rays to get that vitamin D in, and then spend the rest of the day, sort of keeping in the shade a little bit and being a little bit sensible. You can still get a healthy glow without just lying in the sun for 4 or 5 hours at a time. But it's important to get that sunshine to a certain extent in order to be able to boost your vitamin D levels. Good supplementation to make up for the lack of quality in the diet is very, very important. And as I say, guys, education is the way forward with regards to protecting the immune system, but it's something that we really need to focus on a lot more, especially at the moment. As I say, I find it disturbing that people are looking for the quick fix all the time and ignoring that fantastic biological weapon that we're all born with, which is the immune system that the universe has given us to protect us from diseases, etc. Don't get me wrong, there are times when medical intervention is needed and it's the only way to resolve a problem. The immune system isn't going to make you bulletproof and indestructible. But hey, when you've got a weapon like that, at least try to enhance it to give yourself the maximum chance possible of staying in optimal health. So just a little video there, guys, to talk about the immune system. Please think about it. It's in everybody's interest. Not only that as well, there's a lot being talked at the moment about the pressure on the medical systems around the world. You know, national health services and so forth are under such stress, where we're hearing that, not just this year during the pandemic, but for several years leading up to the pandemic. There's always been a lot of reporting in the newspapers about how medical care systems are under tremendous pressure. Well, the thing is, if people made the right lifestyle choices and kept themselves healthier, that would ease the burden on the health systems. You know, when you look at the number of admissions to hospital for diseases that are avoidable because of lifestyle choices, whether it be smoking, drinking, bad food choices, the amount of disease that is due to those. I mean, anybody who's worked in the accident and emergency units in hospital systems will tell you that on a Saturday night they get inundated with people who have injured themselves or injured other people due to alcohol intake, etc. You know, these are lifestyle choices. These are decisions that people are making to behave a certain way. And ultimately, when you're talking about health services, they're being put under pressure because of people not making mature choices. And again, it's something for all of us to reflect on in these times, guys. I'll leave it there. A little bit to meditate, a little bit of a rant there about the immune system, because I'm seeing so much about vaccines at the moment that I felt that it was very, very important to balance things out a little bit by talking a little bit about the immune system. So, guys, it's really cold here. My goodness me. Hope you're well wherever you are. Guys, keep moving forward, onwards and upwards, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.